Looks like everything is up and running. Hopefully. Let me check the channel. Yeah, okay. Everything is going, so... Geez, something is making my computer lag like crazy. Oh, it's probably the stream. Yeah, Okie dokie. And there's chat. Hello, chat. And Viola. Okay. I should probably move my camera. Like, I'm always looking over here. My camera's over here. Alright, everybody, just gonna give a couple minutes for everybody to come into the chat, and my shades are got stuff on them. Give everybody a chance to arrive. And thank you for people in the other live streams who have been posting in the comments like when the stream actually starts. I'll see if I can do that. If not, in the what is it? Info. I can't remember the name of it. Jeez. The description, geez. If not in the description, then I'll post a comment myself. If somebody still wants to post a comment, they can. But yeah, that's something I should have been doing, and I'm thankful to everybody who's been doing that. Alright, yes, I do remember Sexy, undoubtedly. What? But no, when I go... But where would I go for my BoJack Horseman content? Oh, my channel's not deleted right now. I was just there's some things I want to get off my chest about what happened though. But you'll see that when the stream starts. Everything's going really good in my life. That's why I'm doing this stream. I want to get some things off my chest so that things can keep going good in my life. Hey, Twilight. Doing fine. I'm doing fine. I woke up freaking late, so I got a shadow going on here. Because I wanted to start streaming way earlier than this. I want to start streaming at like 2. Yeah, just gonna give people another minute to get here. Be patient, weird pot. This is the topic of the stream. I want to make sure everybody who can is able to get here. What's going on, Empress? What we learn about what went down? Well, I pretty much put out there what went down on the, what was that video called? The open letter to YouTube. There's still stuff on my shades. I pretty much went down over everything. But there's some behind the scenes stuff in which it affected me, and I'm just gonna trying to get everything off my. Play some music or something. Shoot. But I didn't prepare anything. I don't have any music that's not copyrighted on me right now. Okay, so. And I left my water bottle way over there. YouTube is a visual medium. Enjoy the screen of a blank wall. Fascinating, isn't it? Okay. Alright, that's enough waiting around. So let's get started. Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Rex here. I didn't like that intro. One more time. Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Rex here. Yeah, that's more like it. How y'all doing, chat? Just gonna wait for the stream to catch up and sit here awkwardly silenced. Awkwardly silenced. All right, so I was debating about what today's stream was going to be about. There's definitely going to be a stream today, but I was debating about the topic. I was debating about rather talking about F is for Family, because I'm pretty sure after that video, a lot of people want to get some discussions off. But there are some things I need to personally talk about in the open, and I think talking about this stuff will just help me going forward. Some people see the title, they came to chat like, is anything wrong? What's going on? Everything is fine. That's why I'm making this video. Basically, when my channel got deleted a couple months back, there was some behind the scenes effects that happened, and they affected me personally, and I want to move forward from that. So I'm just gonna talk about some stuff. 3 a.m. Okay. But yeah, I just want to talk about some personal stuff, and then afterwards, like usual, when we're done with the main topic, we can talk about whatever chat wants to talk about. We had some issues before with people feeling like their questions weren't being listened to, so I have opened super chats. That's really the only way I can think to get past that problem. So if you absolutely have something that you must say, and you feel like I keep skipping you can do super chats. Or if you just feel like donating to the channel, helping the channel out, super chats are available. But yeah, super chats will be read after the main topic. At least that's the plan. I don't know. Maybe I'll read them during the main topic, but I want to keep the main topic flow going so that we can hurry up and get to the chat's discussion. So anyway, I got some stuff up here. So let me just bring it up. Where is it? That's not it. There it is. No, that was the wrong one. I mean, I guess that's fine. You won't be able to see it. This one. Which is better? Camera at the bottom or the camera at the top? Chat, decide for me. I can't make decisions. It's Friday. Alright, well, until chat decides for me, I'm just going to leave it as is. Path of least resistance. Alright, so it's awkward because me on the camera is looking that way. The material is that way. Oh, yeah, I need to move my camera to a different position or move my monitors or something. But, yeah, so basically, I'm going to start from the very beginning. When my channel was deleted, there were some things that happened behind the scenes, but right now a lot of that stuff is going away, and I just want to get everything out so I can move forward. So What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from the beginning, get everything that off my chest, and that way I can move forward with my channel. So starting from the beginning. Most of you guys know my real name is Montreal McCall. I've been making videos since like middle school for my time. So middle school for me, that was like mid 2000s, early to mid 2000s, and I've been making videos ever since, and I've loved doing it ever since. I've also loved writing and reading. My channel is doing a lot of literature based stuff. I started doing YouTube way back in 2009. The first channel I ever made was this one right here. And it was basically AMVs. And back then, I didn't know anything about monetization. I didn't know anything. I was just making videos just for the fun of it. And this channel actually did pretty well, especially this Avengers one. This Avengers one, a lot of people liked. It did really well, but I didn't know anything about monetization. It wasn't until I want to say 2010, maybe 2011, that I learned that you could be monetized on YouTube. I didn't seek anything. I didn't seek after it. I think YouTube back then, YouTube would contact you when you got enough views and said, "Hey, you want to be monetized?" It's not like now where you got to apply for monetization and then wait for 2 years for YouTube to say no. Back then, it was they reached out to you. So I didn't know back then that you could be monetized, but it was a thing. When I found out, I was in college at the time when I found out. I started in high school. My first channel I started when I was in high school, and I found out in college you could be monetized. I did research and blah, 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 and I started learning like copyright and stuff like that. And I was like, well, since I'm in college and I could use a bit of extra cash, I might as well try to make some money off of YouTube. And that's where this channel over here comes from. This is a channel I ran for 4 years called Random Person. And it was mainly Zelda related content, with other video game stuff being involved. This thing right here, I clicked on a link and then tried to circle something that was on the on the current page. But this video right here, Character Capture Elise, that's actually still one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. I mean, it's probably not that good in quality compared to the videos I make now, but even still, I go back and watch this video and I enjoy it. But yeah, for 4 years, I did this in hopes of just trying to make a little bit of money off of YouTube. I did not succeed at all. The views on this were much worse than my first channel. The first channel I couldn't make any money off of because it used copyrighted music. And I didn't learn about that stuff until after. So, but yeah, I did this for 4 years, and then I abandoned it in, I want to say 2014. I abandoned it because I was still in college, but my grades were slipping. So I decided to leave everything that wasn't college related alone, and that included this channel. But I got withdrawal syndrome because I have to create content. Like, YouTube's not the only thing I did, by the way. I was on podcasts. I was on forums making games. I was hosting contests. I was always making content for the internet. Which is why I tell people, once I go full-time YouTube, I'm not just going to stay on YouTube. I'm going other places because I really want to make a bunch of content. But yeah, I got withdrawal syndrome. I apologize for this chair, by the way. I tried to add oil to it, but the part that's squeaking is covered, so I can't add any oil to that part unless I take the chair apart. But yeah, I got withdrawal syndrome, and so I said, okay, I'm going to start a channel where I just talk about whatever it is I want to talk about. I'm not going to try to make it go full-time, make money off of it, or whatever. I'm just going to do what I feel like doing. And that's where Shady Durags came in. That's where Shady Durags came in. So, oh yeah, I'm live streaming right now. And you all recognize the channel as it is now, but way back in the day, let's see if I can get to it. Oh man, way back in the old countries, in the old times, back when the channel did not look like this. I started with just vlogs, me me talking about whatever was on my mind. The first video I did that got a lot of views was this one, back when Greg was part of the Completionist and he had just left. That got a lot of views. After that, people died down, or the channel died down, and I didn't really see a whole lot of views. I eventually switched to just voiceover videos. I tried to do Let's Plays. Let's Plays were fun. I really want to do Let's Plays again, but I don't. My computer's not powerful enough to do them. Then I started switching over. You can see this was actually, for all of you who enjoyed my first BoJack Horseman, my BoJacks in a Nutshells, I actually did that with movies first. So there's a Hercules in a nutshell, Monsters University in a nutshell. Here's the Aladdin character capture, which is one of my favorite videos on the channel, but nobody watches, probably because they don't know it exists. And even if they did, I used a very annoying voice pitch increaser, whatever it's called. But yeah, I did this for a while, and it wasn't until way up here. There's some miraculous vlogs. It wasn't until bam, this one right here, this video right here, that I started seeing some traction. Let's talk about Diane Nguyen. Back in 2017, this video went out. I had no intention on releasing another BoJack Horseman video. I just made this video because people constantly asked why people didn't like Diane, and I was tired of giving the same answer. I looked for a video. No one else had made one. So I said, I have a YouTube channel. I'll just make one, so that way whenever anybody asks the same question, I can just point them to this video. And it blew up like nobody's business. I did not expect that. Well, I'm always kind of expecting that a video is going to blow up, because when I make the video, I'm always happy with the video. I'm like, yes, this is my great... I'm like Dexter. At last, my greatest creation is completed. But the point I'm making on this is I didn't start seeing any traction on my channel until this video right here, which was in 2017. And I didn't see a cent from YouTube until 2018. Remind you, I started YouTubing way back here in 2009. I didn't start trying to make money until this channel, which was, what, 2012? It doesn't say. Oh, right here. Yeah, 2012 is when I started this channel. I didn't start trying to make money until 2012. And I didn't see a cent until 2018. The reason I'm saying all of this is because I want to preference that I'm going to be mentioning money in this video. Money is not my prime motivator for making YouTube videos. If it was, I should have left YouTube a long time ago. It took me 9 years to make some money off of YouTube. I make content because I have an inner need to make content. I have an inner need to to express myself via the internet or via various means. So I know that was kind of a drawn out story to get to a single point, but I really just had to preference the major point with that. Now, when I did the Diane video and I saw my channel was growing, I came up with a plan, because I wanted to, at this time, I was now out of college, and I wanted YouTube to be a full-time job, because if it became a full-time job, I could seek out a bunch of different activities. Like, I could spend more time on YouTube as well as other stuff. So I came up with a plan on how I could increase my popularity while making quality content. First thing I did was I had to see what people liked about this video. And I wanted to know if it was just BoJack Horseman or if it was BoJack Horseman analysis specifically. So I immediately made another BoJack Horseman video, which was a comedy video. This one right here. Alternative titles to season 4. Got almost no views. I said, okay, so it's BoJack Horseman analysis people want to see. So it took me a while, but I eventually, I went on with this, made a fan video, and then I made another BoJack Horseman analysis right here. And that one did really well. So that told me people really want to see BoJack Horseman analysis. So I know I've studied YouTube channel successes, and I know how the formula can go. It's basically when your channel blows up. Just a Robot did a video about this, by the way, how to become YouTube famous. When your channel blows up over a single topic, you want to get going on that topic, but at the same time, you want to keep yourself diverse. So I did that. I was releasing BoJack Horseman videos every couple of intervals. It started with every 2 weeks, and then when I got further out, when I had enough content on my channel, it was once a month. And in between that, I would give you guys other content that you could enjoy, so that I wasn't stuck just doing BoJack Horseman. I know I'm considered the BoJack Horseman guy. I wasn't just stuck on BoJack Horseman. So, and I see chat scrolling along the way. You guys can keep talking. I really want to read the messages, but I also want to stick to the points because I get distracted so easily. But yeah, and I try to release BoJack Horseman content, and in between I would give you guys other content, so I wasn't like just freaking Cartoon Network with Teen Titans Go only doing what was popular. I wanted to give you guys variety. So you can see BoJack Horseman, different videos, BoJack Horseman, different videos, BoJack Horseman, different videos, blah 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 blah. The pattern continued. Now my channel did it did okay for a while. And then we got to this video right here, BoJack's Journey through Season 4. This video did really, really well. My channel saw a significant increase in views. Then the thing kept going. Different videos, BoJack Horseman, blah, 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 blah. Then we got to the serious one. This one right here. The Sarah Lynn Price. This came out in September of 2018. And when it did, my channel blew up. It did really. This video did really well. It's the second. Is it the third? It might be it's either the second or third most watched video on my channel. And the only reason it's not the first is because what I'm coming to. When this happened, I was making views that my channel, a channel my size, at the time I had 8,000 subs, and I was getting like 12,000 views a day. My subs were increasing fast. I was snowballing, and like I was so ecstatic that this was happening because it really seemed like all my hard work and my strategies had paid off. Like I wasn't just good at one thing on YouTube. I was actually being a good YouTuber. Then this video came out. BoJack Horseman Season 5 episode rundown. And a week later, my channel got deleted. This is after what? This happened in 2018. After 9 years of being on YouTube. Everything I learned, all my work, just being flushed down the drain. I still had access to my other channels, mind you, but like I had long since abandoned them. Like this channel that I have right now, Shady Durags, is a culmination of what I've learned from those other channels. Which, by the way, I have more than just those two channels, but those were the only two worth mentioning. And my channel got deleted, and YouTube still has not told me why they deleted it. This is what I have to assume, because YouTube has not communicated with me about this front. In this video, I said something negative about feminism. And it wasn't really something negative about feminism. It was that I had a negative perspective of the thing. And the reason I said that was because, of course, in Season 5, there's an episode called BoJack the Feminist. So I had to let the audience know I had a slight bias against the episode as I was reviewing it. A week later, my channel got shut down, and the big social media websites are known for shutting people down who don't share leftist perspectives. So I had to assume it was because I didn't share that perspective. So what this did was, at the time, it destroyed everything. Like, I didn't know where I could go from there. Like, I had an idea, but I didn't know. I was just reaching out to YouTube, which is in this video right here, the open letter to YouTube, on various ways of just asking them to communicate with me, because I repealed, or is repealed the right word? I appealed. That's what it is. I appealed. They said no. I reached out to them on Reddit. They said they would fix it, but then they backtracked, or at least somebody said they would fix it. They were known for fixing channels, but then they backtracked and said they couldn't help me. and I sent a physical letter to them, and I did the open letter. I still don't know which of the things I did worked, because they didn't communicate with me. It was just suddenly back up one day. But the last thing I did was this open letter to YouTube, and just before that was when I sent the physical letter to them. But yeah, this happened at the end of September, the deletion of my channel, and it came back up at the end of November. So 2 months, 2 months of not being able to do stuff. Now, getting my channel back, great. That was great. And I was really thankful. And as I always tell everybody, even though things are bad, you should always be thankful for what you have. So just getting my channel back up, that was enough to make me ecstatic. I was like, I just need my channel and I can keep going. But what I didn't know was, hold on, I'm sorry. Let me gather my thoughts. When my channel came back up, I immediately set off. And I know what you guys want to see. The BoJack Horseman stuff. So I immediately made this Gina one, which I thought was a good. I thought it was a good video. It did really well when it first came out, and the ball was rolling again. But I noticed my channel I noticed after the Gina video came out, my channel wasn't doing as well. And it was difficult for me to figure out why. Like, I did the Dissecting Disenchantment Being, and then I did another BoJack Horseman video, and I thought, that one maybe just wasn't as good, and I kept going. This is right here, 2019. This is where 2019 starts, and my channel still isn't doing that well. I tried branching out a little bit, doing the In a Nutshell videos again, doing some more BoJack stuff. It's doing okay, but it's not doing well, and that's when I remembered it's fixed now. But this screen that you're seeing right here, this video screen, at the time, did not show anything before the Dear YouTube video. All my videos before then were not displaying properly, if you remember that. That influences your traffic, because people come to your channel, they're like, do I want to subscribe? What kind of content does this person have? If they don't see if they only see one or two videos, they're going to be like, well, there are people who are like, well, I'm going to wait till he releases more content before I come back here. Also, immediately after my channel came up, I had to delete 2 videos because I didn't want YouTube saying those 2 videos in the future can cause my channel to be deleted. One was a video that had copyrighted music in it, which it was already not privated, unlisted. It was already unlisted, but I deleted it, which got rid of the views. When you delete a video, you get rid of the views. And another one was the Diane Nguyen and Feminism video that was on my channel, because a lot of people felt I had tricked them, which was what YouTube was accusing me of, tricking people. So I deleted that video. And so that gets rid of views on your channel. That affects your channel's search in the algorithm. I hadn't had traffic on my channel for 2 months. So the algorithm's just seeing a channel that has no traffic on it. This severely impacted the growth of my channel. YouTube deleting my channel for 2 months. That severely impacted it. With the numbers I had back in September, I was looking at going full-time in the next year or 2. Like, it was really possible because I was growing so fast at that time. And YouTube cut me off from that. And that is something that has been very bitter in me. I've really been holding a grudge when it comes to that. One of the reasons being is because at the time when the channel went down, I was doing some stuff monetarily. I was struggling with some stuff monetarily, and YouTube was really cushioning that. And when the channel blew up, obviously the monetization went up, and if it had stayed at the level it was at in September, I would be so perfectly fine right now. But because it didn't, because I lost 2 months, and then B, my channel came back crippled, so I couldn't really do anything, not that I couldn't do anything. I wasn't making as much. I'm still facing that financial struggle. It's not urgent. I know some people here, oh, you're suffering money. No, it's not urgent. It's just I can't spend as much money as I want. That's all it is. But yeah, if YouTube hadn't done that, this wouldn't be a problem anymore. Like it would be done and dealt with. I would already be moving on. And I think about that, and it's like, I could be doing so much better. Like a lot of times, I think about my YouTube channel, and I just think I could be doing so much better if YouTube hadn't done what they did to me. Now, if we go back on the channel right now, we come here. The screen is wide. I need to take off my shades. This right here, this right here is Diane. The channel started growing. It did okay. This right here is season 4 analysis with BoJack Horseman. This is the Sarah Lynn Price video. This is where I was when they deleted me. 3K views a month, 400K views a month, 3K subs a month. This is where they deleted me, and it was just 0. And then I came back, but not as strong. And because the channel was crippled, I started going down. Now, as of now, things are really looking up. Right here, going down, right here. This is when I did the collab with Just a Robot. And you can see it really helped the channel. Immediately after, I did a BoJack Horseman video, and I did the F is for Family video, which are videos you guys wanted. And the channel is back to being strong. It's not back to where it was back in September, but it's back to being strong. Like one of the scariest things for a YouTuber is that you're losing your audience, because we're just fads. All YouTubers are just fads, and you got to keep up with the trend. And you could easily fade out from existence, and then there goes your dream of being a YouTuber. Now, depending on when you fade out, that could be just fine. Like if you fade out at with 1.5 million subs, and you're still making 100K views a day, you could probably still just live a modest life with that. But for me, for like the past 4 months, I've been thinking, have I faded out from these people? And I'll say it again, popularity and money, that's not the primary motivator, but with those things, it makes doing the job easier. I can make more videos. I can get more content out for people. So thinking that my channel might be dying, it was kind of a scary. I know it sounds like it is a real first world problem, but it was a scary time. Now that I see the channel is positive again, I want to let go of all that frustration I had in those 4 months with YouTube, just constantly thinking my channel could be better. My channel could be better. They did me wrong, and I'm still upset about it. I just want to let go of all that. I want to proceed with the channel we have. We're doing live streams where we're all communicating with each other, talking to each other about these episodes. That's great. That's exactly what I wanted, for people to come in and talk about what they've seen, what they've experienced. And the channel view-wise is, even though it's not where it was for my subscriber count, it's doing fine. So I think with everything that's happened, I can just let go. I haven't forgiven YouTube, because they haven't even apologized to me, but I can move forward. And I know YouTube itself is still not in the best place. Like, there are people out there. Oh, that was another thing I forgot to mention. They demonetized me for a week. But I'm not as angry about that, because I'm pretty sure that was an accident. Because it only happened for a week. And a lot of people who have been demonetized have gotten their channels back. But I do know there are people out there who haven't. People out there who've just been blatantly demonetized. And YouTube's not in the best spot right now. It's not back in 2014. Yeah. So that's just, I think I got everything off my chest. That's just something I wanted to get down, because I was really feeling it for the longest time, just that YouTube had betrayed me. And I'm glad that I can just move forward from this point out. My YouTube journey doesn't have to focus on how I could be better if YouTube hadn't deleted my channel. It can be what it is now. It's people it's people talking about their perspective. It's the comedy of the in a nutshells, the going forwards. So I might I still can't do as much as I wanted to. You know, I said back in 2018, 2019 would be the year I branch out and do different things. It's very difficult for me to do that now because I'm not growing as much as I wanted to. Again, because of the deletion of the channel. But I'm still branching out, you know. Still looking at new content. F is for Family is a video now. Doing different types of styles of videos. In a Nutshell is out. I have some plans for some different styles of videos. Yeah, I just want to move forward. So, I'm pretty sure that's all I got to say about that. So, with that in mind, we could get to the stuff the chat wants to talk about. Now, super chats. Go to you right quick. Polymer Comer, I like your channel. Keep making videos. $5 donation. Thank you very much. Great, I greatly appreciate it. Tis me, Matthew. I love your username. Here, have money. I enjoy your content. 10 euros. I think that's euros. That's not pounds, is it? I don't know. Shady's showing his literacy. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. All right. So sorry for ignoring you, chat. I had to really focus on all that. Just get it off my chest. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Because the F is for Family video was a thing, and I know some people have some opinions on that. More support equals more motivation to create more enjoyment for creators. Pretty understandable way of looking at things. Actually, I'm sure a lot of people heard about you because you got deleted. That's a positive thing. There was that petition on Reddit to get me back. Like, I was shocked because it had some, I want to say 4,000 to 6,000 upvotes, and I was genuinely shocked. I mean, yeah, I had 8,000 subscribers at the time, but for that many of them to be on the BoJack Horseman Reddit, that's interesting. How do you write your scripts? The process is I watch something. Whatever I'm interested in, a topic that interests me, that's what I focus on. So sometimes it's just a topic I think of the top of my head. Sometimes I'm talking to you guys in the comments or on Reddit, and then that topic comes up, and it's a topic I'm really interested in, and then I start writing a script. Always, obviously, they all start with "Hey, hello, how do you do?" and then they end with the outro. But I then take the format of writing an essay and I combine it with writing a script. With an essay, you have to introduce the topic, and then in the same paragraph introduce the premise. So you say you like try to think of a good example. I'll generally start with saying this character such and such in this show, or this topic is generally discussed in blah, blah, blah. Usually that's why the video starts with a clip of what I'm talking about. That's a good way of introducing the topic without having to introduce the thesis. So sometimes I can just jump into the thesis. And then I give details, examples, etc. When I say something, when I make a claim, I generally try to give an example. But I have to be careful because, you don't want to break copyright. So I can't always give an example. Sometimes I have to assume you guys have seen what I'm talking about. Or I will give a muted example while I'm talking. Like what I'm saying is currently happening on the screen. Then as we get to the conclusion of the video, I have to decide the tone. Because sometimes it's a more solemn tone and sometimes it's just a regular tone. And if it's more solemn, then yeah, you'll hear my voice change to a more solemn tone. And then the last sentence is always like the main point that I'm trying to make, a point for you to think about. I usually pause just before I say it because I want you to think about what I'm saying. And then usually I end it with a quote that's extremely significant to what's going on, to again get you guys thinking about what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's the process for the script writing. So a thesis. Well, a thesis, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a thesis is more grounded in objectivity than it is subjectivity. Literature is very subjective, but it could be a thesis. I've studied a lot of literature, but I'm not an expert. Like, my degree was in computer science. It wasn't in literature. I just did literature for fun. You think YouTube would have it together by now? YouTube did have it together. Google took control and lost everything because they just saw dollar signs. YouTube was a fantastic place. And even when Google first came, it wasn't that bad. When they first came, it wasn't that bad. But the adpocalypse made so much horrible things happen. YouTube could have circumvented that by just supporting PewDiePie when it happened. They would have got some hits in the short run from people who aren't YouTubers or people who don't watch, people who aren't a part of the YouTube community. That's what I should say. Normies, basically. Because people who are part of the YouTube community, you know, they don't just watch the Jimmys at night or the sports or the news. They actually pay attention to creators. They would have supported YouTube so much. Like, if they had came out and supported PewDiePie, because every YouTuber around was supporting PewDiePie. Everyone. And if YouTube had taken a big hit, like financially, after supporting PewDiePie, all the fans would have came and backed them up. Like, they could have crowdfunded anything they wanted. Oh, just a reminder, anybody who came into the stream late, I said this before, Super Chats are now up in case anybody just really needs me to see something they want to say, because I'm not going to see every message. And also, if you just want to support the channel, Super Chats are now up. What is your favorite character on BoJack Horseman? Mine is Princess Caroline. Mine is also Princess Caroline, but I think it's shifting to Sarah Lynn, you know, because she's proving to be just such an important aspect to the show, and her character was fun. Her character was really fun. Sarah Lynn's character is funny because she started out not that great because Prickly Muffin was just a bad episode that a lot of people didn't like. But, like, every episode after, like, she's just a fun character to have on there. Okay, the pause does a nice touch. Thanks for answering. No problem. It's like you do a real full study. I guess kind of sort of. It's just, I've been told I've always been good at writing. Like, when we took standardized tests in grade school, my writing score was always ridiculously high. And, you know, writing was something I was interested in as a kid. I did a lot of reading when I was really little in like, I'm going to say first grade through third grade. I did a lot of reading and I did a lot of writing after that. I think, it's kind of interesting. My thoughts aren't together. Very true. YouTubers are great at supporting people in times of need. Well, the YouTube culture is just really, really supportive. People want this stuff on YouTube. It's egalitarian. People want this stuff on YouTube. And so when they can't get it, they're like, how do I get it? Well, you can do it by giving people money. Okay, I'll do that because I really want it. Supply and demand. That's how it works. A study of a full show together, and you bring examples from the source material and you show your opinion, as well as a psychological study. Yeah, I took I took a couple of psychology classes because when you're in computer science, you kind of have to take some psychology to understand people, because computer scientists don't understand how people work. You think I'm joking, man? That's true. But yeah, after I took the class, the guy who taught me was just so much fun to work with. I asked if I could be his TA, which actually cost me money to be his TA, but I just wanted to keep learning under him because it was just so much fun. Like he hated the standard classroom style. He hated giving tests. He felt they weren't very productive. He would do things like, in the middle of a test, you know, we've got like 800 students in the class. I think that might be an exaggeration, but it was a lot of students. Yeah, not 800, but it was a lot of students in the class just sitting down quietly trying to answer. He would say, "Hey guys, everybody look up." He says, "The answer to number 20 is A." And you'd see people just changing their answers and stuff like that. Like, because he understands psychology. He knows when you get stressed, your brain doesn't function as well. That's and so he tried to make tests like loose. Once a semester, somebody would get a test that would say, "If you see this, come to the front." And they would get up and they say, "Hey, I got this. What am I supposed to do?" And he would take their test and say, "Okay, you get an automatic 100." You know, just make things fun. What's the scene that made you laugh the most in BoJack Horseman? BoJack Horseman doesn't make me laugh out loud that much. It makes me. I will internally say that okay, that was a really good joke. But the scene that did make me laugh the most was, as far as I can remember, was in the episode where Todd was visiting his girlfriend's family, and the rooster just came out of nowhere and said, "It's midnight." I lost it. He just crept up on the house and just said, "It's midnight." I was like, okay, that joke had a really good punchline. Gotta vote today. Night Shady, have a good one. Alright, take care. See you around, Twilight. Opinion on Tuca and Birdie. I haven't seen it yet. Actually, it's difficult for me to sit down and watch stuff. I think I've talked about this before. It's difficult for me to just sit down and watch stuff because streaming makes it so that a lot of it's very easy to lose your attention. It's not like television where you have to wait a day or so to come back to the thing and you have to watch it then. You know, with something always being available, you can always say, "Well, I'll just watch it later." If you can make any content you wanted, what would it be? Are you talking? If you're talking about videos on YouTube, there's so much content I want to make. There's so much content I want to make on YouTube. Like, I have ideas that are all stored away for when I go full time, and it's really gonna be fun. Like, I want to get into music, even though I know nothing about music. I want to dabble in animation, even though I know nothing about animation. Well, I know a bit about animation. Like, I used to do Flash stuff, but I haven't done it in years, so I would have to completely relearn it. I would say right now, if I could, and they would be successful, either the In a Nutshell videos, and not just BoJack Horseman, like I would do it for a bunch of content, because that's just fun to make. The In a Nutshell videos, they're just fun to make. Or the things like my Miraculous review, where I reviewed the personal perspective of Miraculous Season 1. That, even though it took so much time to make, like it took me like a month of editing, that is my favorite video on the channel. Like, I feel like I just had so much poignancy in explaining what I meant. Even though it's an hour long, like, I enjoy watching there's one part that gets boring to me. It's like for a minute or two, but every other part, like, I enjoy watching that video. Why did the person's brain have been shrunk? Because he had a nervous system. Oh, okay. It took me a sec. Can you post your live streams on the confrontation between BoJack and Diane? It should be up. It should be up. Is it not? Because I see it on the channel every time I like, yeah, it says right here, BoJack Horseman scene discussion. Is it not showing for you guys? People have left comments. Here, let me. See? Right here? And if I go home, yeah, right there on the uploads. Or did you want me to post it in chat? Because I don't think chat lets you post links. I don't think YouTube lets you post links. Once I get my feet under me making music, I can show you the way. If you could... Oh, that's one thing. People offered to make stuff for the channel, like avatars and music and stuff. And originally, I turned them down because I want to do that stuff. Like, I love drawing, so I wanted to make my own avatars. But in hindsight, not only was that dumb business-wise, just letting other people do stuff for you, but I've seen other channels do that stuff, and they get some fun stuff from their fans. Like, just seeing the creativity of fans blossom. So if I've ever told you no, that you can't make something for me, go ahead and do it. Like, it's amazing to see what some fans can make. And I'm ashamed that I turned some of them down. Like, somebody offered to make me avatars, and I was like, no, I want to make my own avatars. And you see my avatar, he's not that good looking. If you could change one thing in the show, what would it be? You can't say the show is perfect as it is, or you have to. Are you talking about BoJack Horseman? One thing in BoJack Horseman that I would change? Well, I would change most of season 5. That's because there's a lot of season 5 I didn't like, but I would probably say off the top of my head, I might change my answer later, but I probably would have made it so that BoJack and Sarah Lynn didn't sleep with each other. Because to me, that ruined... Like, I don't mind Prickly Muffin that much, except for that one part. BoJack and Sarah Lynn have a daughter-father dynamic, and have them sleep with each other really ruins that dynamic. I know what it says about Hollywood and young girls becoming more sexualized and using that to their advantage and blah, 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 blah. But, like, every episode afterwards where they're just acting like a father and daughter, it's way more telling about their character than them sleeping with each other, because that's how Hollywood is. Can you do an analysis on Disenchantment or Futurama? Futurama, I don't know, because they took it off of Netflix. Once I go full-time, I'll be able to go out and buy DVDs more for the channel. Once I go full-time, the channel will be giving me money to go out and put more money into the channel. So I can go out and buy DVDs, or I can do more live streaming services than just Netflix, etc., etc. Disenchantment, I'm not sure what there would be to do an analysis of. I'm currently doing Disenchantment, but it's not an analysis video. I'm dissecting the show because I didn't like it, and I think there's a very important reason why I didn't like it, but I'm not going to get to that reason until the last episode, because I have to explain the different parts. I need people to understand the different parts before I get to that final point. What's your opinion on the owl friend of BoJack? I forgot her name. Wanda? Wanda was one of the I would say one of the best characters in the show. She was just likable. She was extremely likable. And again, I don't like that I have to say this, but she wasn't perfect. Like, pretty much everybody knows if you're on BoJack Horseman, you're not going to be perfect. Except for freaking, like, I think Charlotte is pretty much perfect in most people's eyes, but nobody cares. But Wanda was great. She was. You could probably describe Wanda as BoJack's true love. I was really disappointed in BoJack when Diane said, "When was the last time you were happy?" And instead of going to Wanda, he went to Charlotte. Like, I was really disappointed, because Wanda and BoJack, they genuinely loved each other, and they wanted. Wanda wanted to better BoJack, and BoJack wanted to be better for Wanda. Like, that was a good relationship for them to have. And it was working until we all know what happened. I love how you talk about the shows you watch. I'd like to see your studies on more shows that you have opinions of and that you thought a lot through. Yeah, I would too. The main thing that stops me from making a lot of various topics and returning to the same shows over and over is footage capturing. My editing software is a nightmare. It allows me to do cool things, but it needs specific type of footage. And if I don't get that specific type of footage, which requires several hours of rendering, it won't work. It just will not work. And even if I get that footage, if I get too much of it, it gets upset. So I have to, like, if I want a whole season of a show to edit through, it's going to get upset at me for trying to get that whole season. So, like, I would love to do, I would really love to do Avatar: The Last Airbender. Somebody's beating me to it. Whoever did that freaking Azula study beat me to it. I'm so mad. I wanted to do a study on Azula. She's like the most interesting character in Avatar. I binge watched all your BoJack Horseman, and I have enjoyed your analysis. Good work. Oh, thank you, Rhinoculus. It's on Hulu. Okay. I just got access to Hulu, I think. Um, I should see. If I get access to Hulu, I think Rick and Morty is on Hulu. I really want to watch Rick and Morty. Like, not for analysis. I just want to watch Rick and Morty. I've seen so many clips from it. It's funny and it's got really good storytelling. What about the talent agency assaulting Bojack by grabbing his... I don't remember that. The talent agency... Oh, you're talking about... I know you're talking about. You're talking about Anna, I think. I mean, I don't really have much to say about that because I don't really have much to say about that. I mean, I guess it's a disgusting thing to do, but I guess because of the way it was contextualized, they didn't make it seem that disgusting. They just made it seem like a threat. Charlotte was back in the 90s when things were good. Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point. Well, Charlotte was back in the 90s just as things were getting good. She left just before Bojack went on Horsing Around. But that is a good point. Bojack does tend to live in the past, especially prior to season 4. What about Always Sunny in Philadelphia? I've never seen it, heard of it. I know a lot of people make memes of it. The dream of the 90s is alive in Portland, probably. Yes, Always Sunny. Have you seen it? No, I have not. I know of it, and I know the memes. I've never seen it. Even if they did, I'd like to see your study. I mean, a lot of people would. It's just that these things take time to make, and I don't have a lot of time. Like, this is why I do live streams now. And I'm glad the live streams, like, people are liking the live streams because I kind of have no choice but to do live streams every couple of weeks. Because if I want to stay consistent with uploading videos, I have to do something like this where it doesn't require as much editing. Because I have 3 jobs. One which I do over the week, YouTube, and then a third one which I kind of have to keep up with. So tonight I have work I have to do, so I'm not going to be able to record, and then it's probably going to melt into tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to edit. And I record on Fridays, and I edit Fridays and Saturdays. So, what's your favorite show that's not a cartoon? That's a tough one. That is a tough one, because I watch... Growing up, I watched mostly cartoons. I want to say Burn Notice, or maybe Leverage, because both of those I watched till the end, till the shows ended. There were a lot of shows that they just got bad. They probably would have been my favorite if they had ended at the right point, but they just got bad. Like Once Upon a Time. I loved Once Upon a Time, but it just kept going. It would not stop. And they finally got an Aladdin on Once Upon a Time. This was like years ago. They finally got one, and he sucked. I don't know why they cast like the most non-Aladdin person ever. I was so mad because Aladdin's has been my favorite. He was my favorite Disney character for the longest time before Wreck-It Ralph came out and Vanellope just stole his spot. But Aladdin is very close to my heart, the movie, the character, and they did him so badly. They did him so badly in Once Upon a Time. But Once Upon a Time had a really good Frozen arc. I thought the characters in Once Upon a Time from Frozen, I thought they were developed better than they were in the movie. Especially some of the stuff Elsa went through. Rick and Morty will make you feel feelings like twice a season. See, I don't know about that because BoJack Horseman doesn't really make me feel feelings like it does other people. Because like I said, I know the draw of BoJack Horseman is that people are constantly thinking about what makes them happy, what makes them a good person. These are things I learned when I was a child, and they were things that were constantly drilled into me when I was a child. BoJack and Diane are learning the same lessons that an episode of VeggieTales will teach you. And when you grow up on VeggieTales, it's pretty drilled into you. So I'm just seeing them make these discoveries like, oh, this is what I have to do. I'm like, yeah, but it's good storytelling. So that's why I really love the show, because it's told really, really well. So I don't know about Rick and Morty. I've seen clips of Rick and Morty. That's the thing. and some of it is really cleverly told. Like, it just looks like a fun, good story to watch. And I've seen some of the emotional parts, and I'm just like, I don't really feel them. uh, bu- 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 I lost where I was. For Lennon, do you think the show downplayed it? Because in my opinion, that was assault. It was assault. The show did downplay it, but that's because the characters downplayed it. To BoJack, it wasn't assault. To BoJack, it was somebody threatening him in a way that wasn't assault. So that's why the show downplayed it. The show is being told from BoJack's perspective. We all need the struggle. BoJack was working hard and not famous. Is that when he's happiest? No, he wasn't really happy when he was working hard, really. Was he? That's debate. I'm not sure. Was he happy when he was working hard? Because I don't feel like he was miserable. I think he was just longing. So yeah, he might have been happiest when he was, because he had Herb and Charlotte who genuinely cared about him. He was away from his mother, and he was he was feeling like that's the only thing. He wasn't feeling like the best him. He just wanted his big break. That's an interesting to discuss. Shay Crobane, you're amazing. Your face is amazing. Alicia Martin, you have certainly already answered to that question, but who's your favorite kid? Yeah, I have answered that question. I've answered it several times in multiple live streams, but it's Princess Carolyn. But like I said, it's leaning towards Sarah Lynn, just because in retrospect, I really liked her character. And I do have a bit of a bias, because the Sarah Lynn video was my most traction gaining video ever. What's your opinion on Westworld or Mr. Robot HBO series? Never seen them. I don't get to keep up with a lot of modern day stuff. There are some shows I'm interested in, and I take a look at them, and if they're like BoJack Horseman was just a rarity that it hooked me in, and I just felt I had to watch every single episode. But my entertainment mainly comes from YouTube. Mainly, and then Netflix is probably like the second place it comes from, and that's if I can stay focused. I want to watch more Trolls Arcadia because that looks fun. I'm trying to get through these freaking Miraculous videos. I haven't released a Miraculous video in forever. That's mainly because I've been trying to build the channel up, and the Miraculous videos are actually toxic for the channel. Literally, I lose subscribers every time I release a Miraculous video, but I still do it because it's fun. So. Never let anybody tell you I'm just doing this for views. The Miraculous videos are proof of that. The Chad Peanut Butter versus the Virgin BoJack. What's the most underrated character in the show? In my opinion, it's Tom Jumbo Grumbo. In BoJack Horseman, I don't even know who that is. Tom Jumbo Grumbo. Is that the whale? Most underrated. I don't know if I can say a character is underrated. I mean, yeah, most people have their likes towards the character. If anything, I might say Mr. Peanut Butter, because a lot of people just dislike him for being Mr. Peanut Butter. But even then, I don't think that's a completely fair statement. I should have cheered to Adventure Time the other day. Cartoons can get emotions up more than real actors for me. Well, to me, it just depends on the situation. Like, if the story is told well and it's really relatable to me, then yeah, I can build up tears. Things like I don't think I cried for. I don't think I teared. It's not that hard to make me cry. It really isn't. Freaking yeah, I teared up in Endgame. Endgame was very tearful for me, but like BoJack Horseman doesn't get me teared up because it doesn't hit home. It doesn't hit home. When you hit home for people, that's a real easy way. I'm shocked that none of you wanted to talk about F is for Family. So I know some people had opinions on that. Some people were. I wasn't sure how people were gonna take that view. Like, I thought it was gonna be like really popular or really unpopular because of the subject matter. Yeah, Tombo Jumbo Gumbo is the whale. He's always been there, but people still don't even know it. Oh, that reminds me of a joke from VeggieTales. When they were like way deep within the show, and then this character walks on screen, and Larry the Cucumber says, what's your name? And the guy says, they've never given me a name. I've been around since show one, and I still don't have a name. Alright, looks like we're slowing down a bit. How long have we been streaming? Oh, we've only been streaming for an hour. Might be a short stream today. But yeah, if you got any more questions, go ahead and get them out now. Because, like I said, the stream did start late, so that means I'm going to have to end it pretty soon. I thought you made your points very well on F is for Family. I had nothing to add. Yeah, a lot of people agreed. There were some people who made comments that other people disagreed with. Like, I was concerned that maybe people weren't going to see where I was coming from. That I was just going to be blatantly blaming Sue or blatantly blaming Frank. Which, you know, like I said in the video, that wasn't what I was doing. So, it's just good to see that people really did catch what I was saying. I guess that's it. I just thought people would, I guess I thought I just didn't explain it well enough, but I guess I did. So. What's your favorite episode in BoJack Horseman? Times Arrow. Have a good night, everybody. I'm gonna head back to Dark Souls. Alright, man. Take care. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I think some people don't like Mr. Peanut Butter because he seems always happy, even when bad things happen to him, and that's impossible and frustrating for a lot of persons. It's for a lot of people, yeah. One thing I was taught while I was growing up is make the best out of every situation. To me, I explained this in my Let's Talk About Mr. Peanut Butter video. I think what he does is impossible for most people, but that's kind of why I like him. Because that's something I try to do. I don't try to just ignore the negatives. I think you should acknowledge the positives and the negatives. But it's admirable to me when you can focus on the positives like that. But to a lot of people, it's annoying. And I get that because there are some characters who do that and it annoys me. For example, Anna from Frozen, when she's constantly trying to say, "You can do it, Elsa. I know you can do this. You can just overcome your." And Elsa's like, "You don't know that," and that's the truth. Anna didn't know that. She was just saying things because she wanted them to be true, and that annoys me as well. There are some people who act like that, or who have acted like that in history. Like, I've been told that Mr. Rogers was an extremely positive person, even outside his show. He was just really positive about all the stuff he came to in life. But I think people like that still acknowledge the negatives. I think a lot of things that I like about Mr. Peanut Butter does come from the fact that he is funny. He has had a lot of comedic moments. If he wasn't funny and he was just annoying, I probably wouldn't like him as much. I'm thinking maybe I should do a character comparison of Mr. Peanut Butter and Vic from F is for Family. Because they're essentially the same character. How do you reckon Pickles and Peanut Butter's chemistry will be? Well, I don't like their chemistry. You really shouldn't put the same characters together. I know why they do it. It's to give Mr. Peanut Butter his own Mr. Peanut Butter. But to me, it just... Mr. Peanut Butter has had other Mr. Peanut Butters in the Labrador Peninsula. If he didn't get sick of them, why would he get sick of Pickles? So, Like they're really trying to show that now that Mr. Peanut Butter has somebody giving him that behavior, that he's getting a taste of his own medicine, but it doesn't really work. And I really don't see Mr. Peanut Butter like Diane said, whoever Mr. Peanut Butter is with, he is fully committed to that person. So all the stuff they did in season 5 of him cheating on Pickles was just, I really couldn't stand to see that. I felt like Diane was right when she said that, and then they did that, and they were like, I was like, why did you do that? He's gonna ruin her. Well, I don't really like Pickles. That's the thing. Pickles is annoying. Like, how people see Mr. Peanut Butter is kind of how I view Pickles. Now that's something interesting. People are a lot of times calling other people sexist because they say Diane and BoJack are the same thing, but people criticize Diane. I'm like, they're not the same. However, Pickles and Mr. Peanut Butter are pretty much the same. Yet for some reason I like Mr. Peanut Butter. That's something to think about. I have a bad feeling something's going to happen to Pickles in season 6. It's possible. I don't know where season 6 is going. Mr. Peanut Butter wasted his time with Diane. Oh, I thought you meant that in one way. I thought you meant that he had his opportunity, but he wasted it. Oh, you mean he just shouldn't have gone with her in the first place. That's what you meant. I wanted to see them succeed. I wanted their marriage to get better, and they could have. Both of them made serious mistakes. Mr. Peanut Butter doesn't know how to empathize with people. He can't see things from their perspective. He can only see things from his happy-go-lucky perspective. So he really can't get behind Diane's mentality of the stuff she wants to do and doesn't want to do. Meanwhile, Diane tends to just ignore when something is blatantly going to be bad for their relationship. She just ignores it and does it anyway. I wanted to see them get better. And I said this in other stuff. Like, I felt Mr. Peanut Butter was trying the hardest, whereas I didn't, because Mr. Peanut Butter, while he doesn't understand empathy, that's just from his perspective. It's not that he's not trying, it's that he's just failing hard. He's still trying. And I can understand someone trying and failing. Much more so than I can understand somebody who knows something bad is going to happen and they do it anyway. Okay, you guys. I think I'm going to head out now. It was a fun stream. Like I said, the purpose of the stream was to just really get everything off my chest. And I'm glad I got everything out there just so I can move forward with this. The channel is a good thing now. I don't have to look at the channel and constantly feel this guilt on my back. So thank you guys for joining me and giving your thoughts and your opinions. Thank you guys for the super chats and whatnot. Really appreciate it. Helps me, helps the channel. And we will go forward. I might be able to get a video out this week, but if I do get a video out, it'll be an episode rundown. And I know very few people on the channel watch that, but it'll be an episode rundown. If it comes out, it might not even come out Sunday. It'll probably just come out Monday or Tuesday or something like that. Because I need to do another freaking episode rundown. The next episode was really important. I've already seen it, and it was really important. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Take care now. Bye then. Oh, let me. Hold up. Wait, hold on. We gotta do it right. Hold on. Yeah, center yourself. Okay. This has been Shady Durags. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.